Good morning, lovely people. How are you all today? I hope you're well. Ooh, it's a little bit chilly today, but the day has dawned really bright and there's no rain. Yay! So, I don't know how much I'm going to get done today because this stupid cold is still lingering and making me feel flat as a pancake, but it's dry, it's bright out there, it's actually really gorgeous. So I'm going to get stuck into a few little jobs this morning. Excuse me, I'm going to blow my nose again. Wait a second, sorry. God. It's nearly gone. Yeah, so one of the things I'm going to do, I think I might actually do it first because it's going to warm me up. Someone was asking me the other day about leaves collected this year for next year because I've used up all of last year's leaves on my bed. But, yeah, annoying council, God love him. They used to sweep up all the leaves, thank you very much, bag them up, and there was a certain place they would put them, dump them for collection. So I used to just go and help myself to a few. Although having said that, last year's ones did come from a neighbour garden. Anyway, the point is this year they've changed the pick-up location of the bags. I still don't know where it is. I was asking one of my pot friends, I was like, do you know where they're putting the bags of leaves? And he mentioned some street that I don't know. Anyway, the long and the short is I've missed all those leaves. So someone was asking me about the park that's right next door to the allotments. Well, yeah, in theory I could go out there and get some of those leaves, but there's a huge amount of dog walkers use that park. I used to use it myself when I had my little Charlotte Bronte. And unfortunately not all dog walkers pick up their dog's mess. So the problem with getting the leaves from the park is that there's a high chance that they're full of dog poo and general litter and what have you, and I don't want to be handling that. I don't really want to be putting it on my vegetable beds. But what I thought I could do today is I'm just going to have a little whiz around the whole site and see where any sort of piles of leaves have congregated from the trees that are all around the site, and hopefully bag myself a few from there. And for keeping them, I've got one of those, you know, those builders merchants, the big sort of ton bags that sorry, this is more annoying for you than it is for me, I beg your pardon. Yeah, one of those big 1 ton bags that they deliver sort of sand, gravel, aggregates, that sort of thing in. So I've got one of those because what I definitely do not want to be doing in future is using plastic bags to store them in, and then the plastic bags get ripped and shredded. They're good for nothing, they have to be thrown away. Nah. So yeah, I've got this ton bag, and then I'm not sure what I'll put on the top to hold them in. I don't know how many I'll get today. I might only get a few so I can fold it sort of in on itself and maybe put a couple of bricks on the top to stop it flying away. So that's the first job of today, and then dig that last little bit of a bed out, and I can't remember. I've got a list. I'm so tired at the moment. I don't know about you guys. I get to this time of year and I feel like the whole year has caught up with me. It has been a really busy September, October, November for me. Really busy. And with a couple of dollops of stress added into that, everything's fine. It's fine. But yeah, I suddenly feel that thing of my body is saying, oh, stop, Vivi, for goodness sakes, take a couple of weeks off or something. And that's my belly rumbling. Oh my goodness, did you hear it? Yeah, so I think that's one of those kind of wintry things as well, isn't it? That I think nature is trying to tell us to just slow down and stop as well. So, anyway, I have to make the most of such a beautiful day, so I'm just going to try and push through this tiredness, get some stuff done, and I'm sure that actually just being out there and doing the work and just being amongst the birds and the brightness, that's going to reinvigorate me. I hope so. Anyone got a spare battery I can borrow? Come on, let's go and get some leaves. This may well take forever because I'll just show you my the springtime rake. The head is really tiny. Now I know, ideally what I would do is I'd go over this lot with a mower a few times to break them down a bit. That was suggested to me by Tony from UK Here We Grow. Absolutely makes sense. You know, I chopped my compost small to make it compost down more quickly. So yeah, it absolutely makes sense to mow them into little pieces. However, I don't have a lawnmower, and we do have mowers for communal use, for when we do all these sort of communal areas, the paths, the orchard where I am now. However, we don't have access to them apart from on the community work days when they're brought out specially. So with no mower, just have to rake like this. I did think, I wondered about putting them all into my trog and getting my strimmer in there to see if that would work. I don't know. That seems to have disaster written all over it. I might try that just for laughs. And the thing with the leaves is, you always need so many, because when they do eventually break down, they break down to nothing. Well, not nothing, otherwise we wouldn't do it, would we? But yeah, I'm going to need quite a few. But what a lovely thing to do on such a bright morning. And who knows, maybe this bit of exercise will hopefully get the last of this cold out. Oh, I don't want to go on about it, but you know, come on, it's been 2 weeks now, goodness sakes. I think it's one of the things I just adore at this time of year. I will shut up in a minute and get on with this, but there's really nothing pressing by way of vegetables, plant care, what have you. So I have the time to do this, and it's one of those things which, if you had a million things to do, it would just seem like, really irksome, almost waste of time. So yeah, I love this time of year for that, of just being able to do all these little jobs and feel no pressure, no hurry. There's not a soul around. Just me and the birds. I don't want wind. That's the last thing you want when you're tied in the leaves. Right, I think that's enough for my first barrel load. Let's have a look. Yeah. Let's get it back to the shed and sort out that. I need to get the ton bag behind the shed in such a way as it will be sort of accessible. Come on, squish them in. Squish them, squish them. Oh, what is that? Beautiful long shadows at this time of year. I need a little tarp for the top of the wheelbarrow to stop them blowing out. I've seen those things you can buy, they're fantastic. They're like plastic. Oh, wind! Hold on a second. They're like great big sort of hands, so that when you do that, you get loads in one go. One of my neighbours has turned up. Yeah, I reckon if I do this about 20 more times this morning, I might just about fill that ton bag. Woohoo! It's making the snot run. That's got to be a good thing. Out, darn snot. Out, I say. Okay, let's get this lot back and get on with another load. Woo! It's a happy sight, isn't it? Yay! Oh, round that twig. Off we go. Okay, so this is definitely not particularly easy in terms of accessibility, but oh, how should I do it? But that's okay because it's not something I'm going to be using every day. Certainly not. Oh, I'm going to be really careful because those people that I saw a minute ago, they've actually left the site, so I'm here on my own. And the last thing I want to do is have a horrid fall and be here on my own. So, bear with me a second. Yeah, definitely not very easy in terms of a day-to-day accessibility, but it's a really awkward little space behind my shed. It's no good for anything else like storing my bean poles, what have you. I've got a couple of nets just there at the minute, but generally speaking, it's a really awkward space. I can't use it for anything else, so it's perfect for just putting these here now, and then I can forget them for a whole year, if not more. The barrow is over there, buckets here. This is going to take a little while, isn't it? Fill up a bucket, take it around. There's not enough space for the barrow, you see. Oh. Hi-ho, hi-ho. Oh, better not sing that, I'll get charged. But it's like I say, with pretty much everything. Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? Look up. Dirty tiger. Yeah. Pretty awkward. But let's chat more work. Come on. Let's go and get another 20 barrow loads. Well, it may not look it, but that's about an hour and a half of hard graft. Oh my goodness me. So it's pretty full. I've really squashed and packed them in there as well. And I think I've got some odd bits of cardboard I might just put on the top for now to stop them blowing around. But, where are you all? Hang on a sec. So it doesn't look much, does it? But, boy oh boy, that was a bit of work. I'm just going to go and sit in the shed for a second. Yeah, of course. Oh, let's adjust to the light. I've got filth everywhere. Of course, I would be raking leaves from the farthest part of the site. If they'd been a bit nearer, I think it'd have been a bit quicker. So, anyway, that's a good little lot found today. Like I said, I'm going to get some cardboard. Oh, look at stage. Just to stop them blowing around. And then I think what I'll do is I'm going to go on the hunt to see if I can find another ton bag and do the same all over again within the next couple of days. Yay! Because the thing is, sorry, I'm hoping this effort, I've got really warm doing it, I'm hoping it's going to shift the end of this cold. Yeah. The thing about doing these leaves is they're not going to add in terms of nutrition, but they should add in terms of helping to break up my horrid clay. And for me, one of the big things, and it's something I really want to share, is that I try to garden for no money. I really try my hardest because I get a kick out of it. I really do. And it's not because I'm mean. You know, when I was working, of course I would be able to afford to chuck money at the allotment. Of course I would have done. But it sort of defeats the point for me. I pay my rent. There's a handful of seeds I need to buy each year. But other than that, I want to see if I can do it for nothing, so that everything that comes out of the garden is, you know, is priceless. So all these leaves that are around, they are a resource. They're a resource I can use. Why not grab them? Things like the ton bags, they're always being thrown away. I'm always, as I walk down any street and I see a skip, I've got my eyeballs on it. Is there anything in there for me? The one thing I haven't seen for ages, and it's doing my nut because I want to get on with the job, bricks. I haven't seen any bricks for ages. And I need some for the little path in the herb bed. But again, it's one of those things where I'm not going to go out and buy bricks. I will simply not do that job until I found some bricks. Ideally, I'd like to do it over the winter when, you know, things are more relaxed in the garden. But if I don't find any bricks, ain't going to happen. I've got a few things to show you in the next few days, actually. I had a really good free cycle the other day. Oh, show you that in a few days' time. But anyway, now that I've caught my breath from all that backwards and forwards with the leaves, I'm going to go and dig out that final mini perma bed in bed number 4, and then see what is what in the compost bin, see if there's any compost I can use to cover it. Come on, let's get digging. First things first, I need to get these on fennel out. But they're quite thick roots, so I'm just going to set them aside in the bucket for now. And then I can just go and sit in the shed and chop them up. It's so weird today. It's like the Marie Celeste on the site. I briefly saw. Oh, look at that root. Yeah, I briefly saw 2 neighbours, but I think they've literally come down to empty their grot box and harvest and go. Because otherwise, apart from that, there hasn't been a soul around. I kind of like that sometimes. I kind of... Oh! God, look at the length of its root. Yeah, I kind of feel like I do this little fantasy thing where I pretend that this is one of those massive old Victorian kitchen gardens, a walled kitchen garden, and then it's all mine. Not that I'm the lady of the manor, but that, I'm head gardener or something. Oh, dreams and fantasies. I hope some folk turn up later though, because it'd be nice to share a cup of tea and a natter. It's okay for now though, because actually I'm just getting on with the work, and I'm a terrible, terrible natterer. Any excuse and I'll stop what I'm doing for a natter, so this is maybe a good thing to be alone today. The soil's looking beautiful down here. I am going to tickle and turn this bed though before I find whatever dregs of compost I've got to put on it. And then hopefully I won't have to, once all these beds are rearranged, I won't have to do quite so much digging in the future. That's the idea. I won't be entirely no dig, purely because I just don't have enough compost ever. I was reading recently that even when once you've established your no-dig beds, that at this time of year they want a 5 centimetre layer of material putting on them. 5 centimetres? I wouldn't even get one bed done, I don't think. So it will still be a bit of digging, but I hope not quite so much. Why am I stretching? Silly girl. Silly, silly girl. So you can see, I don't know if you can make out, but where this was path last summer, it's really quite compact. So that is what I'm going to have to get dug up today. And then hopefully it'll shift this mucousy chest I've got. Is that rain? I was just going to say, if you're a fairly new gardener still, it's worthwhile when you take your plants out like this at the end of the season to have a really good look at their root system. If you get to know the root systems of your various plants, it will give you clues as to how deep they want to be in terms of for watering. Things with really shallow roots will tend to need more watering in the summer because obviously the top part of the soil dries out more quickly. Things with deep, deep roots, they can go and find the water. So yeah, as you're clearing your plants, take the opportunity to just have a... Oh, can you hear me over this wind? Take the opportunity to have a look at the root system. Right, enough of that. Time to dig and tickle. glass of water. Yeah. And then see what I've got to cover it with. Woo! That's the last big job, I think. Yay! Got to level this path out a bit, I think. Yeah. It's at a very jaunty angle at the moment. Ooh. It's suddenly got really dark and really, really windy. And there's drops of wet in the air. So I think I've just been doing a few little jobs after that dig. Just sort of for change of direction, change of muscles and all that. But I think I'm going to call it a day now. Yeah. Wow, it got dark suddenly. Anyway, that's a great sesh today. You know, getting those leaves done first thing this morning was a bit of an effort. Never mind. But it's great stuff and it's free. And I've just found another ton bag. Yay! So during my next visit, I think what I'll do over the next sort of couple of weeks or so is every time I come to the garden, try and promise myself an hour and a half of leaf raking and collecting. Just keep an eye out for more and more of those ton bags. The more I can get, the better. Yay! So that's a good job done. That final little mini perma bed is ready for addressing. I'm going to probably do that, I think, tomorrow or the day after. We're actually due a couple of dry days before another week of rain. So I've still got quite a list of things to do. But I love that. It's like, yay, another excuse to come to the garden. Not that I need excuses. And then there's little odd jobs just now. So, you know what I said about at the beginning? I just can't get my words out. Hang on, I need some water. Yeah, what I was saying first thing this morning about feeling really, really quite really tired. I am really, really tired. But I said I hoped that getting on with some hard work, physical work, and the fresh air would rejuvenate me, reinvigorate me, whatever the word is I used, I can't remember now. That was a few hours ago. Well, it worked. Oh, I always just feel so great after a bit of time in the garden. Oh, I love it, love it, love it. So yeah, if you're feeling a bit tired and a bit grotty and a bit fed up, get into the garden and do something really physical, even if it's just for an hour. Really, really physical. Rake leaves. Ah, it's brilliant. Gets you warm. Gets your blood pumping around. Fab. So now I've earned the reward of going home, a nice long hot bath maybe. I was going to say a glass of wine. There's no wine at home. I don't think there's any money in the bank account for a bottle of wine either, but maybe there's enough small change in my purse for a little bottle of beer. That would be really nice. I love that thing of when you've been out in a chilly, damp day, working really hard, and then you come home and you get all cosy in your gym jams and have a treat like a bottle of beer or a bit of cake or something. Oh, I love it. Right, I need to go and do it. So, I'm going to say cheerio to you all for now. I hope I see you all again really soon. I think probably it will be soon because like I say, hopefully we've got about 2 or 3 days as a chunk now of fine days. So yay, loads of garden time hopefully. But until the meantime, that doesn't make sense. Until then, in the meantime, you know what I mean. I'm giddy. The garden makes me giddy every time. Who needs drugs? This is the best drug. Yeah, man. Right, I've got to go. Going mad. So, in the meantime, you all take care of yourselves and have fun whatever you're up to. And I'll see you soon. Take care.